and then, like, I still get goosebumps right now from it.
How'd you get your start and get into racing? I mean, obviously you're at the top of your profession now. I mean, we're halfway through the season. You're in second place. We've still got a little we're right at
about half.
About half, yeah. You know, I mean, you're tearing it up. You're winning national championships. How'd you get into racing? How did you know you wanted to be a racer and get into all that?
Sure, absolutely. So it's not common for an 8-year-old female to just go, let's go drag racing. It's not usually on the menu item of list, but yes, so my father was a land speed racer as a hobbyist. 2 times a year would go up for Speed Week, would run at the dry lake beds in California, and he had built from the ground up a heavy equipment front end alignment shop. And so that was, so I grew up around servicing and maintaining vehicles, and then my dad going off here trying to rotate the earth. He wanted boys. My parents didn't have boys, had 2 girls, and he still wanted to experience family adventure with motorsports. So the NHRA in the early 90s started what they call the NHRA Junior Drag Racing Series. So you can start when you're 8 at the time, now you can start when you're 5. But he built this really fat, rear-ended junior dragster in the shop for my sister, had a 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton pull string on gas engine, and would rip out like a 14-second 1/8 mile time. I'm really ripping there. and so I started to race with my sister. I'm 8 years old, going into 10, 11. Every weekend we would go to the local drag strip or the rundown airports and put on these events and race. Started going to divisionals, transferring out, going to different states, doing pretty well. And I went to an NHRA national event in Pomona, California when I was about 12 years old. And that was the first time that I felt nitro cars. I'm in the stands, section 24, row 24, still go there every time. And I was so enamored with not only how nitro cars shake your soul, from your toes to your hairline, but the entire process of the day. I've seen Eddie Hill blister 300 miles an hour, John Force blowing off bodies, Pedal Fest by Del Worsham, everything about it. Watch them turn off, get towed to their pit, and then, like, I still get goosebumps right now from it, seeing these men disassemble these Hemis from supercharger manifolds, heads, clutch out tires, everything in 60 minutes, whether they just exploded or it was a normal service. And I don't know what I'm looking at, and I'm 12. I couldn't tell you the difference between the items, but I thought that right there is a mechanical beauty of team. And the most extreme and intense racing on the track you can have, and the most prolific tuning capabilities and mechanical abilities in the pits. And I go, I'm like the little kid that was playing Pee-wee football going to their NFL game. So I was like, at that point, I wanted to be them. I wanted to go fast. I wanted to be a professional race car driver, but there was no road path. I did not know how. So there's multiple classes you can graduate into or race that the NHRA offers, but I didn't have the cars or the time allowance for that to travel as I grew older. So my father and I, we built a blown altered 32 Bantam, raced in the Good Guys series, a nostalgia series, and then we built a nostalgia 69 Mach 1 Mustang, raced that, that was nitro. And at this point, I'm in my last year of high school, and I catered all of my education. I went to Cal State San Bernardino and majored in business and communications marketing, because I knew at the time, I'm not your mechanical genius, but to drive a pro race car someday takes a lot of dollars to burn a lot of that smoking nitro. And so I will learn to work with some of the best companies in the world that will partner with me and help me grow throughout the different categories, and to eventually lead me to where I am today, racing for Don Schumacher Racing. So there's pro mods in between there. There's real funny cars. I've raced for privateer teams, but to now race for Don it's been a dream come true. To race as a factory driver for Dodge on the track is a dream come true. But then also being exposed to working with cultures of cars and talking to fans at the track of what vehicle they just purchased, and they ask me, what should I do to it next? And it depends what they want, whether you go the Mopar route or there's something crazy and extravagant and how much horsepower you want to find. The options are endless, and those are conversations that I never thought that I would have been able to have until I was able to partner with them.
Oh, wow. Yeah.